I really wanted to have this moment of last go.
Yeah, tourists. You gotta watch your step. Rubicava ain't the quaint little port town she used to be. Well, hell, looks like there's a new vessel in town. Pardon me whilst I go check her out.
The character Celso is played by a really funny actor called Peter Lorre, and when he came into the studio on the first day, he had this real look of apprehension about him, and it turned out the word in Hollywood was that Grim Fandango was code name for Star Wars Episode 1 casting. So when he was coming in for the project, people were telling him, "You're going to be going in, and George Lucas is going to be there, and they're going to be flying you up to the ranch," and he was terribly disappointed when he walked in, and the only person in the studio was me.
Mr. Flores, I'm ready to take you now.
Manny Calavera, is that you? Didn't you used to be taller?
What are you doing here?
Well, if you must know, it's about my wife. I got word that she passed away not long after I, and that she too was crossing the land of the dead on foot. It is said that all lost souls come to Rubicava, so I came here to wait for her.
You must love her very much, Celso.
Yes, this is true. Of course, she also has all of my money.
How do you know your wife hasn't gone ahead of you?
Oh, Manny, if she had arrived here first, surely she would have waited for me.
I'll help you find your wife. What did she look like?
Oh, here, I got this from the DOD and made copies to hand out. Isn't she something?
She must have been beautiful with skin.
Weren't we all?
So, know a good place to stay in town?
What's your price range?
Somewhere around the high end of nothing.
Then maybe, young man, it's time you started thinking about a job.
Can you get me a job here?
Have any skills?
Sales?
Well, that does qualify you for a certain position, but we only have one mop.
I'm looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
Well, no one's come through town by that name, and you can take it from me. I, too, am looking for someone, so I watch the comings and goings around here very carefully.
I'm here to reclaim that walking stick.
I broke it over the head of some hideous monsters in the forest. I'm sorry, Manuel. I've got to get this place ready to open.
Right. I'll let you know if I see your wife.
She'll be the one asking for her beloved Celso.
Well, actually, it's mostly...
I really wanted to have this moment of last go, bonding with Gladys, through the magic of cars, and talking about engines and stuff, and cars bring people together, talking about engines.
Was
Because I never had sports.
internal combustion.
I never liked sports. I was not into the manly unifier of sports, but
Me neither.
but cars you can talk about with the toughest of dudes.
That's true. That's
Like-
true.
There was this one high-pitched whine it was making, really grating noise, you know? And I searched and searched, but I couldn't find the source of the noise until we pulled in here.
Was it the blower?
No, it was Manny screaming in the back like a cat tied to a cruise missile.
That's a good one.
Hola.
Hey, Manny, Dockmaster Velasco here says he's got a place we can dry dock the bone wagon for a while.
Oh, yeah. We can't leave a beauty like this out in the fog, or her chrome will get pitted.
Pitted? Did you hear that, Manny?
You folks gonna stay in Rubacava for a spell?
We're here looking for a woman named Mercedes Colomar.
I'm not too good with names. Did she have any distinguishing marks or a tattoo?
Not that she showed me.
Well, like I said, I'm as good with names as you are with the fog.
How do you get around here with all the mist?
When you've strolled these docks as long as I have, Pilgrim, you know where you are by the smell of the sea, by the sound of the lonely foghorn,
Really?
by the icy touch of the cold, salty air.
Wow. Manny, could I have an eye patch?
Can I just ask, what is under the eye patch? Because I know it's not an eye.
Oh, well, when I was alive, I had an eye patch like this. This one's just for the phantom pain. And that one eye socket used to scream like a banshee when the trade winds blew, so I plugged her.
I might be here a while. Is there any work in this town?
Well, there's lots of work down at the docks, but it's all union work. And I just don't see you in that union.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a conversation here.
Hey, okay. Ever seen this woman?
Oh, if this is the woman you're looking for, take my advice. Forget about her. She sailed out of here weeks ago in a cozy portside cabin built for two, and she wasn't alone.
How do you know she sailed out of here? I don't believe it.
It's a tough break, Junior, but you gotta face it. Here, look it up in my port log if you want it in writing. 6 weeks ago on a Tuesday. Ticket for two, paid in full. I cracked the champagne on the bow myself.
Hey, Manny, we were in the middle of a conversation here.
Hey, okay.
Look, I know how you feel, son. Once I lost a very special lady myself. I waved to her from the docks as she sailed out of port, and I never saw her again.
What was her name?
The SS La Mancha was her name, but don't make me talk about her, 'cause I just can't do it.
Are you sure I can't sleep in the back?
There's only a...
Celso, your wife sailed out of here 2 months ago with another man. It's all in there.
Oh, Manny, is there a greater constant in nature than the treachery of women?
Forget about her, Celso.
Have you forgotten yours? I'm going after her. You take over my job here. This mop at least will never let you down. That compass in the handle will sure come in handy too.
Hey, boss. You gonna come downstairs? I got a customer asking for you.
You know I don't like to mingle with the customers.
Well, you may want to mingle with this one. She sounds like your type.
Well, looks like a quiet night in old Rubacava.
And just the amount of research that went into all of this, because I just remember Tim going to every film noir movie ever, and we would just all the time there would be something to do, and he's like, want to go to the movies? And it was just, I mean, you can see it, the dark shadows, and then the music. I mean, everything is just so film noir and really pulls you in.
Yeah, I remember us all going to see Casablanca, and I think it was in the Castro Theater or something. It was one of those old San Francisco theaters. I forget which one it was, but it was the whole gang of us went. And
yeah, remember? Did you guys go to the Golden Gate Fields for the horse races? I know they weren't.
That.
I wish.
That was part of it, because I think there were some scenes around that, and that was just fun. I mean, just the research trips.
Yeah,
those were fun. So Tim created a character, which I very much appreciate. I love her. Her name is Lupe, and she happens to be a little bit based on me and my idiosyncrasies. And so when I remember one time we were hanging out, and he told me, he's like, see, how can you tell me that I don't understand our relationship? Like, I can write about it. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, see, she's super organized. Nobody listens to her, but she has a lot of really important things to say. And see, we need her, and that's what you realize.
Messages like this for the last
So I was like, oh, I love you. And she does karate kicks. That was the best, like, because I like to punch people. And so if you notice, sometimes I don't know if they have it in here, but she punches in the air. She does air punches.
she was really easy to cast. Because I had such a great frame of reference for her.
Thank you.
Salvador Limones. I'm not done reading it yet, but maybe later.
I wish you would slide down the banister, because we put a lot of effort into sliding down that banister. Come on, slide down the banister. I recommend any player who's in this room slide down the banister. It's much faster than walking.
Especially if you're 6 and you don't have terrible consequences when you hit the bottom.
You should not try that at home. Actually, kids, you should. You should go slide down the banister of your house right now.
Everybody's got to do it once.
Hello, Manny.
Hola. Quiet night, huh, carnal?
Day of the Dead ain't good for business, Chief. But last night, remember last night, Manny? Oh, wait!
What's that you're playing?
Oh, this is just a little, love song for a special lady.
Sing a little bit of that song, why don't you?
Well, I only have this part. Bone wagon.
I like it. You think she'll come in tonight?
Who, my special lady?
No, Meche.
You know what, Manny? I think she will. I got a feeling tonight's the night.
You know, when we leave, I'm actually gonna miss this place.
Aw, Manny, why can't we just stay here? We got our fancy club, we got 3 squares a day. Max lets me take the bone wagon out on his kitty track once a week. Plus, we look good in these clothes.
Gladys, I can't live in this world forever. It's not where I belong. I've gotta find Meche and help her, because if it weren't for me, she'd have been on that train a year ago.
Okay, Manny.
Well,
I don't need...
I remember animating Manny sliding down the banister. And I remember Tim kept calling for something. He's got to look cool. And so I did that, and I don't think he was ever really happy with it. So I don't know. Apparently don't know what cool means.
Got to put some Ray-Bans on him.
Yeah. I mean, Manny's a suave guy, but I don't know if suave guys slide down banisters. Maybe I should have done it slower.
Oh wow, I forgot about that mural. That was supposed to be sort
really
of
good.
Oh well, thank you. I did that. Did you? No, I did, but it was based on like a Gustav Klimt. But then I also did those really bad textures on the roulette wheels and
Oh, they're fine.
Oh, no, but I remember Adam Schnitzer actually getting angry at me. He was like, "Don't paint light in the paintings."
Who got angry with you?
Oh, not really angry. I mean, he only hit
He probably
me.
felt the same way as when Tim said, "Manny's not cool enough sliding down that banister."
Yes.
Just make it cool. Canadian animator.
What's that about?
That's now so not cool.
Mind if I sit down, Charlie?
Of course not, Manny. I mean, it is your club, right?
Right. So what are you doing in it? Didn't I tell you not to come back until you can pay your bar tab?
Oh, or they kicked me out of that cat track for printing fake betting stubs. So now I have to come here, Manny. Which I love. Which I love.
Chowchilla Charlie.
Oh, yes.
That name comes from an actual person I know who was from Chowchilla, which no one remembers anymore. But when I was a kid, an entire school bus full of children was kidnapped in the town of Chowchilla. Do you remember that? In
No.
California.
Wow.
A school bus full of kids was kidnapped, and the people demanded ransom. And it was crazy to think about. It was on the news. It was
Jeez.
Chowchilla. Everyone was talking about this kids, and eventually they were found and rescued, and I don't believe they were hurt.
Mhm.
So I can talk about that story now. And
Yeah.
all the kids went home. But and then years later, I just a friend of ours was dating this guy named Charlie, and he was from Chowchilla, and I was like, "Oh wow, were you on the bus?" He was like, "No, I was sick that day. I was sick. I didn't go to school that day, and so I didn't get kidnapped."
Wow.
And we always referred to him as Chowchilla Charlie.
Wow.
And he's now in the game as Chowchilla Charlie, even though his personality is not as sleazy as this character. He was a fine, outstanding, although very lucky guy.
Yeah.
But this is our Peter Lorre character.
How did you print fake betting stubs?
With this. Isn't she beautiful? The last time I was incarcerated, I shared a cell with the most dishonest con man I ever met. He was strictly small time, and I managed to steal this from him quite easily.
Thanks. You never know when this may come in handy.
Hey, give that back to me, Manny.
Maybe once you settle your bar tab, hey, Charlie?
Oh, Manny.
What else can you counterfeit?
Nothing. Anything.
So can you make passports?
Manny, you still think like a living man in so many ways. No soul needs a passport. We are all citizens of the same nation, and our king rides a pale horse.
So no passports?
No, that little hologram is so tricky, you know?
How about driver's licenses?
Sure. Just, give me a recent picture, $50 in, about 2 weeks, okay?
When I think of something I need, I'll come back.
I'm not a wishing well, Manny.
Why aren't you over at the roulette tables?
The roulette is for lonely widows and Frenchmen. Why don't you get some slot machines, Manny? Everybody, old women, little children, they all love slot machines. And I have a system, an infallible system for beating them.
I'll think about it.
I can tell when you're just humoring me, you know?
I think slot machines attract an undesirable element.
Oh, well, we're all undesirable.
Yeah, but your credit's no good. All my friends are lonely widows and Frenchmen.
Except me, Manny. I'm here to keep you sane.
Tell me your system, Charlie.
I can't tell you my secrets. Just this. You have to become one with the bandit, Manny. You have to get inside the machine and make it want to pay.
On second thought, stay away from my roulette tables. That's a nice suit. Where'd you steal it?
Manny, if you learn to play the odds like Chowchilla Charlie, then maybe you too can have a suit this fine someday.
Well, I've got a club to run, so...
Oh yes, please, Manny. Get on with your glamorous life.
You know, some people say you should always walk away from the table when you're on a winning streak.
Oh yes, but I'm feeling extra lucky tonight.
Everything okay down here?
I'm going to need some more chips if Monsieur Lucky does not call it a night soon.
Manny's music, the Casino Calavera music, is that was a big moment for me doing the score because it was done fairly early on, and it kind of it determined a lot of other stuff, just sort of stylistically.
Mm-hmm.
Get that sort of Gene Krupa thing going on in the beginning, and
Gene Krupa.
Yeah, one of the great drummers of all time.
Noir, Empire Monk, 11, Black. Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux s'il vous plaît. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets.
Everything okay down here?
I'm going to need some more chips if Monsieur Lucky does not call it a night soon.
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny. I have to tell you about my new organizational system for the coats.
Everything okay back in the land of fur and fedoras?
Everything's in order. It's beautiful. I can't wait for people to come in and try the new system. It's so cool. Want to hear about it?
Okay, tell me all the details about your new coat check system.
Yay! Okay, I found all these plastic tiles in the back, left over from the automat, and guess what? They all have numbers on them. So what I'm doing is, I give one to everyone who checks a code in and... Manny, you're not even listening to me. I go to all this work organizing your coats, and you don't even care.
Lupe.
Forget it. Don't pretend to care.
No, I want to hear.
Hup, no. I'll tell someone else about it. Someone who cares.
Please.
Don't pay.
How's the flow tonight?
We're dead tonight, Manny. Everybody's back home for the Day of the Dead, I guess. Except for the casino. The casino's hopping. Why is it that all the people who don't go home are the same people who just love to gamble?
Well, I guess when you've got nothing to go home to, you've got nothing to lose.
Hey, we should put that over the door.
Think she'll come in tonight?
Manny, you ask me that every night. What am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say, yes, I think tonight's the night.
Yes, I think tonight's the night that you finally go nuts from waiting for the grand entrance of Ms. Mercedes Colomar.
Let's try that again.
Yes, I think tonight's definitely the night.
Thank you. It's my fault she's out in the woods alone, you know.
If you say so, Manny.
Okay, back to work.
So these is like scenes are from the production of the game in a way where Leslie would come to me like, look what I made. I made a chart of every single scene in the game, plus every single actor, and I coded it. Yellow means Manny's in it, and blue means this prop is in it. And she's so excited about these things that she did, and this character is doing the exact thing.
Yep.
You have to take things from your life and put them in your work, you know, even though they don't read anything to anybody else.
Well, that just means work will be about life rather than life being about work, right?
Exactly.
help me? I've been lost for so long. Why didn't you look for me?
I did. You ran off. Why?
Because you said I was no good. I've been all alone in the world for a whole year. And it's all because of you!
This gonna be an annual thing with you, Manny? Every Day of the Dead, you toss your bones into the drink and I fish 'em out?
I don't plan to be around that long, Velasco. As soon as I find out where that ocean liner's going, I'm after it.
Ho ho! That ship's going to Puerto Zapato. That's the other side of the world. Ain't no ships going out that way but the old Limbo here,
But nothing. If the Limbo's my only hope, then I'm already on board.
Well, good luck, son. That's all I got to say.
That's Kay Cuter, and Kay was, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s, and he had a big, long, gray beard.
Yeah.
And he was a raging smoker.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
you'd have to break him every 45 minutes,
Oh,
otherwise he'd start getting into a really bad mood. And on one of those sessions, he plays the croupier later on, where he speaks French and English, and it's just, he delivers the numbers. We were behind on time, and so I sort of pushed him to an hour, and all of a sudden I found myself in an argument with Kay over how to pronounce 20 in French. And so I was like, it's definitely time for a smoke break on.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
All right, so I'm ready to sail.
On what?
On the Limbo, man. Let's go.
Manny, the Limbo's not a passenger ship. She's small cargo, son. And every hand on board works.
I'll work.
What are your skills?
Sales and restaurant management.
Oh, hey, there is one opening on the Limbo's crew.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's in the engine room. And your buddy Glottis would be perfect for it, but he'd have to get his own tools.
Okay, if I get Glottis some tools, can we board?
He can, yes. No offense, Manny, but there's just no place for you aboard the Limbo. She's fully manned already. In fact, her whole crew's on board, ready to sail at dawn. Except for that one guy.
Who's the one guy who hasn't boarded yet?
Well, Seaman Naranja's a little late, but he'll be here before they sail.
What job did Naranja have?
He ran the galley.
Aha, restaurant management.
Yeah, it's similar to what you're doing now, except the fish is fresher on the Limbo.
What if Naranja doesn't show up? I can fill his spot, right?
Manny, you're not even in the Maritime Union.
I know that, and you know that, but we're two guys who can keep secrets, right?
Glottis is exempt, but the captain will ask for your card. And if you don't have one, they'll serve you to the sharks like chum. And what's worse, I'll get fined. That's a tough union, boy, and I don't mess with them.
So let me get this straight. If I get Glottis some tools,
then I can get him a job on the Limbo.
And if Seaman Naranja doesn't show up for work,
but he will,
and I get a Maritime Union card,
which you'll never get,
then I can sail on the Limbo in the morning.
Jeez. I guess so.
What kind of tools does Glottis need?
Authentic CB equipment only.
Where do I get authentic CB equipment?
Why don't you ask a CB? Afraid of getting stung?
Where do you think Naranja is?
Probably home selecting recipes for the trip.
What's going on in that bottle? A tugboat?
This happens to be a perfect scale replica of the SS Lumbago. I'm just having a little trouble getting the walking beam to fit in the neck here.
That's funny, because a lumbago is usually more of a problem in the lower back than the neck.
Yeah,
Nothing. I better go finish packing.
Aye, you do that, son.
I'd better go.
Aye.
There it is. Max's giant cat racetrack. How's a regular guy with 3 roulette tables supposed to compete with that?
We definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan and
to some extent, Grim Fandango is a bit of a...
It's locked, but there's nothing up there anyway. This gate only leads up to the Lambada dock, and the Lambada's gone. I've got the lumps to prove it.
This is where I had never heard of actual sea bees before, and someone made that. I talked about how they could be these bees down there, and they're like, oh, like sea bees, and I was like, where are sea bees?
Yeah, they were a Navy thing. Yeah.
And wait, does that come from the letters CB, like something?
I don't know.
Or construction brigade or something.
Yeah,
I have
good.
to look that
Like
up.
Jeep comes from general personnel vehicle. Yeah.
So, and this bee is called Terry because of the character from On the Waterfront, Marlon Brando's character named Terry. So that's where we got all that stuff.
I've tried. Only Glottis can get these doors open.
It's strange, the characters in this game don't like to go into crowded areas, almost as if it's too hard to render them.
Hey! Looks like a great night for cat races. Things
Hit cats racing. We were always so sad that we never showed the cat races. But
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a strong believer in things that should be when you're making stuff, it should be something that could only been made by you or in that group of people, and at the time you made it in the place you made it.
Yes.
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny.
Okay, back to work.
Okay.
So these is like scenes are from the production of the game in a way where Leslie would come to me like, so this is one of the parts in the game that was very inspired by Gilda. You ever seen Gilda? I think Rita Hayworth.
No.
It's a great
Sounds
noir
like I'm gonna go home and
movie.
see it now.
It's amazing, and it's the scene that you always see when they show Rita Hayworth, where she just flips her hair up and says, "Who, me?" So anyway, it's about it's set in a resort town where there's a casino, and the main character, there is a the main character is working at a casino, and there is this kind of corrupt local law enforcement officer who shows up every night. And the way he gets paid off by the casino to not busted is that he always comes and bets on number 2 at a certain table, and then they always give him his money, and number 2 always wins and stuff. And so that, I think it's the same number.
Manny? Can you make reasonable union cards?
Manny, are you going to start moonlighting, or are you just looking to hang out with the sailors?
Can you do it or not?
I have a deal for you. If you can retrieve my money from Maximino, I can make you president of that crooked union.
I don't need to be president. And why does Max have your money?
I put a whole suitcase of it up for collateral on a rather large wager last month. The race was fixed, Manny. They stole my money like common thieves. Here, take this VIP pass and use it to get into the High Rollers Lounge. They won't let me in there anymore. There should be a safe somewhere in the wine cellar, and my suitcase should be in it.
And you can get me a card tonight.
If you make it back, Manny, the card will be on the table.
Le numéro gagnant, le 6, noir, père manque.
I just had a run-in with Domino and Meche. We're leaving town.
What? How?
Domino's got Meche. We're going after them tonight.
What should I do?
Just sit here.
Sit here. Check.
Check out this fancy pass to the High Rollers Lounge. Can you believe how full of themselves they are over there? I don't think their place is any more VIP than ours, do you?
I don't know. I try to stay away from that place.
Really? Why?
'Cause of my problem.
Gladys? Compadre?
I think we're going to come up to Garav's set that I destroyed. That I destroyed 2 weeks of Garav's work by trying to learn how to 3D model, and somehow I ended up erasing 2 weeks of his work. Because it was the fish place that you had to redo.
Oh yeah, the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator and that place with the fish.
I remember at the time it was a big debate, like, should we require P100 or P133, like Penny 100, Penny 133? It's like, nope, your target platform is whatever was on sale at CompUSA for $500 last year.
It's like a P70.
Yeah, it's like P60, I think, is what we ended up with as the minimum spec. We ended up going for P90 at the end, but it was one of the things where it's like those kind of constraints where it's like you really could pull it off with all the kinds of machines we had in the company, but the average consumer who we wanted to sell the game to did not have a machine like that. So that's one of the vagaries of the PC market that still persists,
Yeah, and you wouldn't, when you think about Grimm, you wouldn't necessarily think, but there's like all hand-coded assembly rasterizers in here. There's hand-coded assembly blitters in here. Lots of like layout asset management. This was a tricky game to optimize and to get running acceptably on the kind of machines that people were going to be running it on. But it doesn't come off like the same technical challenge as a Jedi Knight or something like that. And it wasn't.
It's different kind of technical challenge, much more kind of interdisciplinary.
It was really getting all this weird stuff happening at the same time.
Late night at the morgue, isn't it, Membrillo?
You know I can't sleep with John Doe's on the slab, Manny. If I don't ID these rose gardens tonight, I won't be ready for the 2 that come in tomorrow. And before you know it, I'm up to my ass in azaleas.
Oh, Membrillo, my brother actually makes Membrillo, which is a quince jelly that you eat with cheese. Membrillo means quince.
Well, sure doesn't sound like it.
Membrillo.
Oh, Membrillo, that's different.
Yeah. What'd you think I said? Oh, Membrillo, my brother actually makes Membrillo, which is a quince jelly that you eat with cheese. Membrillo means quince. Well, you
sure doesn't sound like it.
Membrillo.
Oh, Membrillo, that's different.
Yeah. What'd you think I said?
How's business?
Booming. Unfortunately, more crime every day. And more sproutings like these. Something's happening back in El Morro, I think. And its dark hand is finally reaching us here in Rubacava.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm digging for a treasure that part of me does not wish to find. For when I uncover that sad doubloon that tells me who this poor soul is, my reward is not riches, but the chance to make a phone call and break somebody's heart. Of course, with this equipment, the search could go on for some time.
Can I help?
Sure. Grab hold of this leaf right here. Manny?
I can't do it.
I know. I was just testing.
How do you do this job?
Without becoming jaded, you mean? My secret to happiness, Manuel, is that I have the heart of a 12-year-old boy. I keep it over here in a jar. Would you like to see it?
No.
Sorry. Old coroner joke.
Do you ever worry that your job is getting to you, Membrillo?
Well, forensic botany is a trying job, Manny. But have you ever spent much time here with a florist? In life, they became florists because they love flowers. But here, a flower is a symbol of pain, of death within death. Their conflicted feelings build and build, and eventually they become quite mad.
Thanks for the tip. I guess I'll send balloon bouquets from now on. And Brio, why do you stay in town? Why don't you head off toward the Ninth Underworld?
Manny, you can only search for something for so many years before you stop believing in it altogether.
You don't believe in the Ninth Underworld?
Why do you think we're all here in Rubacava?
Because you're waiting to earn off your time, or you can't afford passage, or...
Manny, we've given up. All of us. When you've been here long enough, you will too.
Well, don't let me...
Always.
I remember at the time it was a big debate.
Only Police Chief Bogan knows how to get in. Reward offered for cargo stolen from shipyard receiving area, including a large suitcase bearing the initials HL.
Remember one time showing Pete something, he said, well, I don't like it, but I don't know why. And which is the most helpful criticism that you can ever get, because you don't know how to fix the thing. But I'm being facetious.
I remember at the time.
I'm a strong believer in things that should be, when you're making stuff, it should be something that could only been made by you or in that group of people, and at the time you made it in the place you made it.
Speaking of database, I mean, that was really how we accomplished so much, right? Is from an organizational standpoint of the music, of the sound effects, and of the voice. And I remember, especially for voice, how critical it was. And what we in the sound department would do is inherit and share the use of the database with the voice department. And you could do a search and isolate all the lines for, say, Manny, or isolate all the lines that needed to have reverb baked into them, or another type of processing. And then you would just divide and conquer and just master everything in groups and bring it all together, have a single reference for volume, and use the database to keep organized and isolate different found sets of different criteria.
Wow, Manny Calavera. You never come up here to see me anymore.
Well, I thought you could use the company with everybody gone for the Day of the Dead.
In that case, Manny, why don't you stick around until 6? That's when I get off.
Her character's a little bit inspired by, I think it's Big Sleep too, where Bogart, he's hiding from someone. He needs to hide in a bookstore.
Right.
And he goes in there, and there's a woman in there, and she's really into him.
Tippa Ben-Hur 1863 edition, the one with the errata on page 47 or something.
Wow, that is a memory you have.
Well.
And it's just really, he looks at her, and he's like, she seems like she's really attracted to him, if I remember correctly. And he like takes off her glasses and is like, yeah, okay. Like, it was really kind of messed up scene. But
well, it's that that was the subtext of the noir film.
And then he pulls the shades.
Hanky-panky.
Yeah, the hanky-panky. Yeah, they lock the door and pull down the shades. And that's a little bit what this scene is all a reference to or inspired by.
Because she's telling him her story.
This is Pamela Siegel, who plays Bobby on King of the Hill. She's quite a character. She's a minivan with flames on the side and a skull on the front where it replaces, I don't know what brand it is, but let's say it's Chrysler or somebody, and so instead of the Chrysler logo, there's a skull and crossbones. She's pretty funny.
Did she just do this as one big long...
Yeah, all one take so she could build and build.
Yeah.
And, let it sort of ebb and flow.
And obviously Pete's quotation of home, there's no place like home, is something we all admired in Carl Stalling, who did a lot of the composition for the Merry Melodies, Looney Tunes cartoons. And anytime, as you may know, that a chicken comes on screen or something, it'll play Turkey in the Straw, or
various public domain songs that were relevant to the subject of the moment. So she was reminiscing about home, and Pete strikes up.
That's really cool.
There's no place like home.
Busy night?
Hardly. Everybody's gone home for the holiday already. This place is dead, and I'm bored, Manny. Bored.
What's the shuttle waiting for?
Oh, they're just cleaning it, but they're very thorough. We run a tight ship here, you know.
Can I try out your metal detector?
What's your sudden interest in metal detectors, Manny?
I'm just a collector.
Well, I'll show it to you when I'm on break. How's that?
When's your break?
Dawn.
Oh, that's too late. I'm shipping out tonight.
Yeah, right. I've fallen for that line too many times.
I think it's time for your break. We could slip in the back for a little drink. You can tell me all about your job, the danger, the metal detectors.
That back room's all business, Manny. And so am I.
What kind of business goes on back there, Carla?
Strip searches. And you don't qualify.
Why don't I qualify for a strip search?
Manny, I agree it would help pass the time, but we have procedures and rules here, and you never know when they're watching. I can only strip search people when a regular search turns up nothing.
Hey, it's worth a try.
Ooh, I love this part. Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. Oh, you're clean. Rats, Manny, I almost got to strip search you.
Well, maybe just a sip.
Sir, if you will, please. You sure you're not packing anything else?
Nothing that would...
Then, sir, I'm afraid you'll have to...
Rules are rules.
And of course, with my dad being in the military, we moved around a lot. I remember this one town we moved to when I was in the 1st grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only industry in the area was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees everywhere you looked. I myself never really cared for figs. I always liked dates more. Or prunes. Don't you just love prunes? They have such a great texture. They're all wrinkled up like my Grandma Hedwig's face. Oh, poor Grandma Hedwig. She was always forgetting things. I remember one time back when I was 6. Or maybe I was 7. No. I had to be 6 because Mr. Rufus was still alive. Now there was a good dog, Mr. Rufus. He was such a sweet little puppy. We didn't care that he was deaf. He was as deaf as they come, but he'd still try to bark. And it would come out sounding like a cat coughing up a hairball, which our cat often did. He had such long hair. I don't really like long-haired cats, do you, Manny? They're just so... I like short-haired cats. They seem less stuck up. People think I'm stuck up sometimes, believe it or not. No, they really do. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm so shy. I was shy all the way through high school. I never went to a single dance. Can you believe it? No, don't get me wrong, the boys would ask, but I'd just run away. My mom said I could have been homecoming queen if I'd just smile once in a while. She always said, a smile is the most important part of any outfit. Well, maybe I would have smiled more, Mom, if you hadn't drank so much. Was I supposed to smile when the cops called us in the middle of the night to tell us to come get you out of the drunk tank? Maybe if I had smiled more, Daddy wouldn't have left us. We'd be together right now, you, me, Daddy, and Grandma Hedwig, and Mr. Rufus, and I'd be wearing my homecoming queen crown and eating figs and I'd... Oh, Mother! I'm so sorry! Mommy!
Don't cry. Now. Here, let me hold that metal detector for you while you cry.
Did you just come back here to ask to borrow my metal detector?
No way.
Oh, okay. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. So the only industry in town was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees
Actually,
everywhere
you
you
were farther
looked.
than that in your story.
I myself never really cared for figs.
I heard this part already.
I always like dates more. Or prunes. Don't you
Actually,
just
figs are a
love
personal
prunes?
favorite.
They have such a great
I think
texture.
we're just at the part about your metal detector.
Are you sure you didn't just come back here for this metal detector?
Sure. I'm here for the company.
Oh, okay. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. So the only industry in town was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees everywhere you looked.
About your metal detector.
Are you sure you didn't just come back here for this metal detector?
Actually, I did come back here just for your metal detector.
What is it with you in this thing? I'm sick of it, Manny. If this is all you want, you can fight the cats for it. Why is it all men are after the same thing? Except you. The only woman you care about is that Calamar dame, and she split on you. I don't know what she did to you, but you know what? I'm done trying to figure it out, pal.
Carla. They're locked.
They're lockers.
You wouldn't happen to have a second metal detector around here, would you? You wouldn't happen to have a second metal detector around here, would you? Bye, Carla.
Drop dead.
How big were those when you drew them? Like the posters and the murals and stuff?
We could actually work rather big.
Did you have Photoshop back then?
We had Photoshop, but I don't know if we had layers back then.
Oh, we had layers.
I think we did. Oh, yeah, we had layers, but maybe
Paul
only.
just didn't know what they were.
No, but I think too. You only had one undo or maybe two undos.
Oh wow.
You're doing it!
Oh, hi! Betting stub, please.
What?
I need the betting stub for the...
Interested in...
And the rest didn't see the photo.
Oh, I don't have...
Oh, bye.
The cats racing. We were always so sad that we never showed the cat races, but that was for budget reasons. Obviously, we didn't want to cut the actual cats, but I wanted to have giant cats running on a track like that.
And the idea of a cat's racing being herdable enough to race is pretty. Why cats?
Why cats? There was a. God, I don't remember. Why cats? That's a good idea.
I mean, I just remember making the music going wow, wow at some point, because you're near the kitty litter.
Please do not leave children unattended.
I'm not sure what I hate more, crowds or cats, but I'm definitely not going near either one today.
It's strange. The characters in this game don't like to go into crowded areas, almost as if it's too hard to render them. It's strange. The character.
For your own safety.
Beloved Sandspoof, this regal and majestic feline was a record holder for speed and a favorite of the crowds here in Rubacava for many years, until her career was suddenly and tragically cut short on the second week of the racing season, when the airship Olivia 1, on its maiden voyage, crashed onto the track mid-race and exploded. Many bereaved fans testified later that before the blimp hit, Sandspoof was in the lead. Fuchi, that smell. Es peor que la muerte. Well, that's the hole I saw Carlos' metal detector fall through. Oh, no. I could open it with my teeth, but I'm not that hungry. I don't want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess up my blade. Tempting as it is, I just can't bring myself to jump in the giant unclean kitty litter. My scythe. I like to keep it next. My scythe. 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 I like to keep it next to where my heart used to be. My scythe. Aha! A little stinky, but it could be worse.
We definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan, and yeah, I'm still jealous of that guy.
Chan the man.
I know. Just when those packages would come, it would just be like Christmas, and you'd open, yeah, you'd see those, and you just think, oh man, and he's a nice guy too. You know,
the weird
happy
thing about
family.
that was I never experienced like the delivery of the package
Oh.
firsthand, but I still got excited about it.
No, they're beautiful, and he's such a sweetheart. And I'm sorry, Garv. This is the set that you had to build
This is
twice.
Garov's, right?
Yeah, this is the one.
This was the gift that kept
And it's
on
actually
giving.
very beautiful, I might add.
Yes. Well, a second time is.
The second time I
But I'm sorry. You were saying that was a real building.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was that in Spain?
I think it's in Paris, I think.
Oh.
And I remember seeing a photo of it and being like,
Oh.
wait, Peter.
No, good artist borrow, great artist steal.
Hi, what's your name?
But don't you see, when the government fades away, so will our troubles.
Ah, nonsense. We will always need some armed force to fight off the return of capitalism.
That sort of fascist thinking is as dead as you are, comrade. When we get rid of all the guns, that's when people will begin to self-police, and the public opinion alone will keep them from committing crimes.
Hola, trust funders.
Hey, look who's making the scene. It's Manny Calavera, the up, the down, the backside of the nouveau riche.
Beat it, dinner jacket. We're talking about things you wouldn't understand, like truth and beauty.
Calavera, it is indeed a great... Say hola to little Manny. Please feed him some breadcrumbs and send him...
And then, for some reason, I was always really interested in beatniks. Beatniks and Reds. I think because it was so foreign to me, like the Red Scare was not part of my actual life, but it always seemed like this thing is, it's hard, it's funny. It was always funny to me to imagine how passionate people were about that, how big of a deal it was for them. and it was always so. But if from a safe distance, it was just kind of entertaining. Like, oh wow, people are like, we're really concerned about communists everywhere and unions and.
No, I remember when I was a little kid, there were people would still talk about communist plots in all seriousness. Yeah.
Hey, did I ever tell you guys that you remind me of my friend Salvador Limones?
Salvador Limones is a fairy tale, a spook story. The man tells the math.
Idiot! Salvador Limones is a very... He also writes a mean letter.
What is this? I, Salvador Limones, salute you, Manuel Calavera, a great ally in this noble revolution.
You really? What's he like?
Why didn't you tell us you were a freedom fighter, Manuel?
I can't talk about my underground gig, man, where I put the whole scene in Dangerville.
Wow, heavy.
Hey, I've got a split, so,
Viva la revolución. Oh, man.
Hey, did I ever tell you guys Salvador?
Wait.
Hi, what? Hi, what's your name? Hey, did I ever...
Wait.
Would you cats mind if I dug on this book for a while?
Knock yourself out, brother.
I don't really want to do that. Testing. Testing. All right. Good evening. Weak.
Myself.
Sing it, sister.
Clam bake.
You. D.
We hear you, Daddy.
There's that spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this was another, like, we lifted up or took the technology from RenderDroid, which was in Jedi Knight, but it didn't have spotlights at the time. It just had directional lights and point lights. So that was actually one of the very first things when
it's the first thing you did.
Yeah, when I got hired onto the team, which I was brand new to LucasArts, and Tim and Brett brought me in, and my first thing I was like, I'm gonna put in spotlights because I know how to do that, and it's gonna matter, and that'll be my stake in the ground. And this was one of the first scenes I worked on that had spotlights. So when Manny walks off stage and you see the light, when he walks out of the light, it was a pretty important moment. Everybody thought that was pretty cool. I was like, all right, I did something. I'm in this amazing project with this amazing team, and I did something.
Testing. So what is up with airplane food anyway?
Is he trying to be funny?
I mean, it's so...
There's nothing...
Life is pain. My funny bone must...
Anyone out there know where I can find some tools?
Try the doc...
Is there an Anselmo Naranja in the audience tonight?
He's down at Toto's place getting carved. If he's not passed out under a...
Hey, can anyone...
Hey, we're into nuts.
Órale! Lola? What are you doing here? This crowd doesn't go much for souvenir pictures, except maybe of Lenin.
Shh! Manny, I'm on a stakeout. I'm gonna prove to Maximino once and for all that Olivia's no good for him.
Still hung up on Max, eh? Take my advice, Angel. Forget about him. He's a gambling racketeer.
Like you.
Oh, that hurts, baby.
Hey, shh! Here they come.
Come on, sugar. How about a kiss for the road?
Oh, ick. Don't let me down, Nick. You're a lawyer. You're not supposed to have feelings.
I don't, but I know a good tart when I see one. Hey! If Maximino sees that, we're going to end up in matching terracotta pots.
Don't be silly. He wouldn't hurt me. He loves me. Manny, at last we're alone. Tell me, how are the bourgeoisie?
Fine. How's Max?
Oh, Gramps, don't start.
What are you doing with a snake like Nick?
I'd lay it on you, Manny, but I don't think you'd get it.
Messing around with your boyfriend's lawyer is pretty dangerous.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. You do get it.
I'm a little worried about Lola.
That's because she's doomed, Manny. She fell in love with Maximino. That's the one mistake I never made.
You think Nick would hurt her?
Only if he finds her, and take it from me. He's not good at finding things.
Open, Mike.
It always takes those timid souls a while to get up the nerve.
Maybe it would help.
Oh, Manny, read poetry in my own club? That would be like this whole place was just a big temple set up to worship me.
Oh, come.
Okay. Wake. Myself. Myself. Sing it, sister. Clambake. I am your failure. Unify. Rectify.
Hey!
Consider it an homage.
Little dark?
Dark and cold. Like...
You know?
Really? I thought about buying yours for a while. But then I just decided to ask my boyfriend Max to buy it for me.
You can have...
Manny, you sound so exciting. Why are you leaving town?
Johnny Law, baby.
Yeah, right. You're running after that ghost chick. Everyone says you're still so... Well, I have a pay attention because it's pretty...
Well, catch you later, hip chick.
Keep practicing that lingo, man.
Just a dab will drop you. Hey, man, you didn't see me put the secret ingredient in these coffin shooters, did you?
Relax. Olivia stole the recipe from me in the first place.
Yeah, she steals from the rich and gives to me to poor.
In the final version of the game, are the backgrounds actually just pre-rendered flats?
Yes, they are.
See, that's amazing to me because, you know, we live in the world of 3D now. We're used to floating the camera around inside of these things. But, you know, once you chose your camera angle to pre-render something, that was it. There you go.
No, it's Manny walking around in a blank 3D room with Z-depth data to clip him in front of the stuff that he needs to clip in front of.
Let the waiter clean up after himself. Not to sound like a capitalist oppressor, but I have people who do that for me now. I'm not gonna drink dirty hookah water, and I can't care. As soon as I think of a use for stinky food waste, I'll give it a shot. Hello? Hello? No effect.
I think we're going to come up to Garv's.
Evening, Lupe.
I have a note for you from Lola.
Lola?
Yes. Now, where is it? Where? Oh, here. No, wait. Dang. I have a whole new system for messages. Just let me... Here. No. No, wait. Be quiet. Here it is. Wait a second. It's empty. There was something inside. It felt like a key.
A key?
Yes! But did somebody come back here and snake the key while I was sorting the coats? Who would do that? They messed up my whole system!
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny.
Okay, back to...
Okay.
I remember at the time it was a big debate, like, should we require P100 or P133, like penny 100, penny 133? It's like...
I'm a strong believer in things that should be, when you're making stuff, it should be something that could only been made by you or in that group of people, and at the time you made it in the place you made it.
Yes.
You know? I think Grimm is definitely that case. Like, that's one of the great things about Grimm. I think it's a collection of amazing artists like you and the visual artists and the programmers and the actors, and everything that came together for that game was just such a was almost an overwhelming distraction of amazing artists coming together. Like oh my God, look at that background. Oh my God, listen to this music. Oh my God, listen to that voice. So I think it makes that game really special. But it also has a lot of personal details that are just kind of woven into it that makes it so, like, even if we were making this game from scratch with the same intentions today, it would just be completely different.
Speaking of database, I mean... How big were those?
You're doing it! Come on! Get that mouse!
Well, I remember, speaking of VO, I remember you casting this, and then I remember you vanishing.
Yeah.
And you were gone for so long recording this.
Yeah, I was down in... Actually, it was the only one time we rented an apartment rather than staying at a hotel, because I was down in LA recording this for 6 weeks, and then I was bookended on either side with 2 weeks for 2 Lucas Learning projects.
Yeah.
And so it was.
Yeah, you just moved away.
Yeah. It's a long time.
Nick Virago, what are you doing working in the High Roller?
Well, I remember speaking.
I think Maximino's private lawyer would have his own office.
I do, but they don't serve drinks there.
Got a little lipstick on you, lover boy.
I already got rid of that, and I can do the same to you, Calavera. So if I were you, I'd keep my jaw shut.
Nick, I need a lawyer.
You get yourself in some kind of trouble, Calavera.
Sugar Papa Lights! What's that? You're doing it!
I'm starting a class action suit. Lots of money involved.
Who are you deep pocketing?
What's the difference to you? They're loaded.
So will you be needing a regular lawyer or an excellent lawyer?
An excellent lawyer.
Any excellent lawyer or the best excellent lawyer?
The very best is good enough for me.
And who would you say that would be, Calavera? Who would you say is the best lawyer you know in all the land of the dead?
You are, Nick.
That's right. And that's why Maximino retains me on an exclusive basis. So, sorry, but I don't do odd jobs.
How's tricks, Nick?
Yeah.
Everything all legal with the kiddies?
Yes. They keep themselves pretty clean.
What's that?
I have to tell this to someone. I hate cats.
Me too. But they keep the lights on around here.
Who do you like in the 4th race?
Well, there's a white-footed tabby in gate 2 that's looking strong, but has a slight eye infection.
But you think he's gonna pull out of it and win anyway, right?
No, that puss-eyed puss is going to lose, but nobody knows, and I'm going to make a mint.
Virago, I really need a lawyer.
Well, my dance card is full, so what are you gonna do?
I could tell Max about you and Olivia.
That sort of claim could send a man like Max into quite a rage, especially if the messenger had no proof.
Max and I are friends. He'll believe me.
People believe what they want to believe, Calavera. And I want to believe you're a smart man who doesn't go around spreading dangerous rumors. I've got to talk to Max for a moment. When I get back, I hope you're gone, because I'm sick of looking at you.
Man, this is gonna get me in trouble. There's something rattling inside. Must be in a hidden compartment somewhere. I don't think that would get me the key. I don't think it would be a good idea to barge into Max's office while he's meeting with Nick.
Wait, why did Cataglotus leave the piano playing thing and come down here? Oh, you got him the pass. You gave him a pass.
Right.
So
now he's a high roller.
And he's an alcoholic and a gambler because of you.
Right.
But it's all for a good cause, adventure game playing.
That's a good cat.
I had no idea you liked gambling so much, Glottis.
Well, the doctors made me promise. But they can't get in the high rollers lounge, now can they? Punch it, Footy! Yeah!
Forgiving me yet?
Still in the...
Labor Organization and Revolt Made Easy. Chapter 1. The Workers... Ooh, better not show that to Glottis. It's Virago's cigarette case.
What's that?
I don't know. I found it under your desk.
Unattended?
No, there was a shifty-looking guy with crazy eyes who put it there.
Oh my God. Give me that! It's a bomb! Another senseless act of terrorism nipped in the bud by Security Officer Carla. Wow. It was completely destroyed by our own detonator, so I can't tell what kind of bomb it was. But here's something.
A key. I better bring that to Chief Bogan.
Yeah, you can analyze it with your metal detector.
That's a good cat!
want to mess up my blade. I don't want to mess my scythe. I like to keep it next to where my heart used to be.
Here we're being very insensitive to claustrophobics and French people.
Looks like
probably would never do it today.
I don't need any. I don't.
But I'm
well, the Twitter. Just think of the Twitter response from the claustrophobic French people, right?
What are you doing?
I wanted some wine.
Oh, look at what a mess you have made. Get out of here.
Hey, what about my vino?
It's not self-serve. You'll just have to wait until I get around to it.
Buzz, 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 buzz. What's that? You can do it. Almost there. Get up, you stupid cat. Run! Come on! Yeah!
I don't need any cat. There's no opening up. There's no opening up here.
That monster upstairs is running me ragged. Oh, but monsieur, je suis très désolé. There are no guests. I must...
In a minute,
Raoul. Hello? Hello out there? Could somebody please open the door? I seem to have locked myself in this teeny tiny room. I am actually very claustrophobic, so if somebody, s'il vous plaît, oh, let me out of here, immédiatement. Oh,
You can do it! Hey, I'm thirsty. Where's that waiter? That does it. Fruity, but voluminous.
Looks like a turkey baster. Nah, if I let that waiter out now, he'd have me... I don't need any cat meat. There's no opening up here. Looks like a turkey baster. I could open it with my teeth. I could open it with... It says revolutionary design leaves can edges safe and smooth for Kitty.
You got it! Go!
It says revolutionary design.
Well, somebody's sleeping on the job. Ah, it's empty. Ruben, where are you? Aha!
Mon Dieu!
Taking a little nap, vous, eh? Well, le keg is empty, so tout de suite, Buster.
Yes, monsieur. Merci, anything you say. Edo, more wine. Oh, I'm going to fire him for ignoring my pleas, and then I believe I shall quit. Oh, I can never look at that pantry again. No man should ever be locked up in such a small, dark place.
So this is one of the parts of the game where a huge amount was cut out. There was supposed to be a gigantic action sequence like there was in all of, I think we cut it with a giant action sequence out of every year, but there's a gigantic action sequence where there's an animal called the Dillopede that guarded the bottom of the elevator. It was a giant armadillo, and the Dillopede was there to kind of snap at Manny as he came down. And there's this whole sequence where you had to kind of, you had the Dillopede hanging by some elevator cable, and he was snapping at you, and you had to swing on him or something like that. And it's just the idea of a giant vicious armadillo still sticks with me. But it was one of those things where it's like, you look at the context of the game, and it's an adventure game, and the budget's short, and we're already going to be a huge game. What purpose is it serving the game? So we had to cut a lot of stuff out like that just was really cool and fun to design, but ultimately not critical to the game, and was going to be really expensive. So this is...
No effect.
Our first 3D game, and it's funny to see how many puzzles are about the physical properties of things, as opposed to
right.
in a 2D adventure game you would never make something based on the shape of something or
right.
leverage. Like that whole puzzle was very physical. Like you had to move these two objects and stop them from sliding past each other, and the forklift jacked up on its back wheels. And I think we were just so excited to be in a world of physical stuff, or maybe because we were in a world of physical stuff we had to actually make it physically realistic.
No, and I think this is one of my first sets. Oh, yeah, I remember this is, both of those were, well, it was one of the first ones that I ever modeled. And again, it was very simple geometry.
Dios mío, it's full of double-end tickets. This could get 100 souls on the number 9 train. Something's not right about this. I get the feeling this suitcase belongs to someone more important than Chowchilla Charlie.
All right, Manny. Give me the case.
Charles, I thought we had a bargain.
No, we do. But I thought I'd bring some muscle along just in case.
What's the matter, Chuck? Can't afford to hire goons to do this sort of work for you?
I'm all the goon I need. Now drop it.
You said it, boss. Got a card for me?
Here. Welcome to the union, Manny. Meetings first Tuesday of every month, and don't forget to pay your dues.
Don't forget to pay my dues.
How big were...
And the card? Let me see it. Oh, one of Charlie's rush jobs. Good thing your new captain's far-sighted. Still no room for you on board. No word from Naranja, but he's done this before.
But I'm first on the waiting list.
As it were, yeah. And don't forget that Glottis has got to bring his own tools.
He will. He doesn't go anywhere without a lot of tools.
Good, because neither does the Limbo. Don't just sit around here collecting barnacles.
Right. Ooh, it's spooky down here.
This is where I didn't even...
It's locked.
Lola, did Nick do this to you?
Yeah, he wanted that picture real bad, but he's never gonna find it, that Fink.
I'll get him, Lola. I'll show Max the picture for you and fix Nick for good. Just tell me where you hid it.
Oh, Manny, it's all my fault. Always falling for the wrong guys. You know, I even had a thing for you once. But you were so hung up on that Meche woman, I figured I didn't have a chance.
Lola, where's the picture?
Tell me, Manny, would I have had a chance? Never mind. You just want Olivia for me. Tell her to improve her taste in men, or she'll end up just like me. Tell her to get a nice guy, Manny. Like you.
Lola! Lola! Oh, Lola. Hey, there's a picture of a tongue on it, and it says number 22, Lengua.
Definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan and Evening, Lupe.
Hi.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a union man now. Hey, there's a picture of a tongue on it, and it says...
Hey, this is a card from my new coat check system. You do care.
Can I have my coat, please?
You bet. This is so exciting. Okay. Hold on. 22. Lengua. Ha! Here it is. Oh, darn.
What's wrong?
Just shoot me.
Lupe, what is it?
This can't be yours.
That's it. Thanks.
What are you doing with a tiny girl jacket?
I don't suppose there was a camera back there anywhere.
No.
She must have hidden that somewhere else.
I'll
tell you tomorrow. Lola's jacket. Poor Lola. If I only had her camera or that film, I could really get Nick. There's a little slip of paper in one of the pockets. All that this paper says is number 36, the Rusty Anchor. What is that supposed to mean? All that this paper says is number 36. What is that supposed to mean?
36? That number's not even part of my system, Manny. And I don't think I'd let somebody check an old rusty anchor back here anyway.
Mind if I go in?
You don't want to go in. I haven't cleaned up yet.
I'm not doing that with Lola's jacket. I'm not doing that with Lola's jacket.
To some extent, Grim Fandango is a bit of a mutt. It's got pieces of Jedi Knight, it's got pieces of Scum, it's got pieces of Outlaws, it's got pieces of, it's got iMuse coming in, and it's got the Lua language. So it was a game kind of made on a shoot, for all the technical challenges in it. A lot of pieces were sort of pre-existing, and kind of it was a matter of maybe a new era of game development where you don't write everything from scratch, but you kind of put it together in the best possible way.
Well, and one of the side effects of that was, since we had pretty robust solutions to video playback and rendering and art pipes in front of us, it really, a lot of the effort, aside from just making everything, all the blocking and tackling working, was spent on how to making games like this convenient and producible and artist friendly. And you had built some tools that were really unlike the things that appeared in RenderDroid or Smush or some of the technologies it was built on. So it's a bit of a mutt in that we...
And so that guy, Toto Santos, which is the name of All Souls Day, that was one important casting thing that meant so much at the time. And I love The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
And there's a burn victim in the very beginning of the game, a guy who was burned on the ship.
Right.
And he's in the bed, and he's the first guy who says, "Guys are Sose."
Right.
He's this Hungarian or Polish.
Yeah.
And we got that actor to do Toto Santos' voice, because I was like, I want him to sound like that guy from Usual Suspects. And so if you listen to him, he's just awesome. I wanted to have him say, "Guys are Sose."
It's empty.
I love how all the characters have very distinct voices that match their personality and their look. Like, how much would Tim give you direction, and how much was your direction influencing?
Well, like, ideally, when you go through the process, you you have character pictures along with the audition copy, and we would send that out to...
Hola, Toro. ¿Cómo estás? Not now, Manny. I'm in the middle of something with Naranja here.
Looks like it hurts.
I told you, Calavera, not now.
Looks like it hurts. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that.
Who is over there?
I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. I don't really...
When I am done with Naranja too.
I don't really... Nah, he'd see me do it.
Look, you need to hold still, or I need to strap you down.
I don't really want to do that. Not picking that.
Who is over there? Poco. Look, you broke it. Now it won't shut. Nemazogia, hold still. What are you, dead? Kaifa, wake up. I don't work on drunks. Resek Chavargo. What kind of sailor are you? Can't handle booze, huh? Hogy azt gondolod, hogy engemet nem fogsz kifizetni? Te teljesen bolond vagy. Well, let's go. Toto, I got your boy Naranja here. MIA he is. Well, he sobered up. I send him to Limbo. Yeah. He'll make it there by morning. Promise. Oh, yeah. That is what I told him. Are you kidding me?
All that this paper says is number 36, the Rusty Anchor. What is that supposed to mean?
Hang on a second.
This mean anything to you?
You mean beside the song, the poem, and the bar, and the statue by that name? Sure. It is one of my most famous designs. Here, I show you. Let's see. Number 30. Harmin Sech, Harmin Sketter, 36. Here. Hey, what is this?
Lola left that here for me.
Oh yeah. Lola was here, sweet girl, like daughter to me. Tell her Papa Toto says hello.
Right.
I gave him the idea in first place.
Not picking that
Tiger
up.
can't change his stripes.
Looks like these cats are almost scruff and scruff. Let's see what you got on you, huh, sailor? Seaman Anselmo Naranja, Ensign 3rd Class. Doesn't look like you'll be showing up to work in the morning. Doesn't look like you'll be showing up to work in the morning. Well, don't let me bother you.
Always nice to have visitors.
Are you sure you're looking hard enough?
Look, Manuel, these old eyes are tired. I'm doing the best I can, but the average retirement age beachcomber has more sophisticated equipment than I've got here.
Would a metal detector help the cause?
Hey, just like downtown. You never know what this'll turn up. An engraved ring, a belt buckle with somebody's name on it.
Who would wear a belt buckle with the... Oh. Well, don't let me bother you.
Always nice to have visitors. Velasco, it looks like I've got one of your boys down here in the morgue. A sailor by the name of... Naranja.
What? How? Sprouted? But, this town's going to hell. Sailor can't even take a 2-day shore leave without watching his back. Yeah, I'll come down in the morning.
All day long, Manny, I sought through pure sadness. I find evidence, and I piece together stories. But none of my stories end well. They all end here, and the moral of every story is the same. We may have years, we may have hours, but sooner or later, we push up flowers.
Anybody there?
Look,
I told you, we don't have any kitty hats today.
What?
You have to wait until 2.
I don't want to.
Fine with me.
I don't gamble.
Then what?
For the. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. I'm keeping this little gold mine. I'm keeping. I'm keeping the. It's a betting stub for, let's see, Monday, week 1, race 1. Hello?
Ah, betting.
Here you go.
Hey, this looks different than I used.
Well, that's because.
Ah. There you are.
It's just a bunch of cats.
Yeah, but look how fast they're running.
Ah.
Sorry, sir. I'm sure you'll be away.
Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. I'm keeping this. It's a betting stub for, let's see, Monday, week 1, race 15. Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. It's a betting stub for, let's see, Tuesday, week 2, race 6. Hello?
Oh, hi! Betting stub, please.
Here you go.
All right, just a second. There you are.
Aha!
What? Are you a winner?
Big winner. Thanks, pal.
Glad I could help. I think that guy was up to something. Don't you, Doug? Doug?
Oh, that guy? Personally, I think he was nuts.
Cold one, huh, Terry?
Yeah, it's always cold when you're unemployed, Manny.
Who's unemployed? Aren't you guys in the union?
The union? They don't look after us little guys. They're run by the coppers. And you of all people should know, Manny, that the cops are in bed with the gambling joints.
Hey, I run an honest joint. We ain't in bed with nobody.
What about the protection money?
We pay every week. On the nose, through the nose, like an honest place should.
See what I mean? This town is just a big conga line of hustlers, all laughing and dancing and scratching each other's backs.
Why aren't you guys up there working?
You don't know the deal down here on the docks, do you, Manny? If you want to get the jobs, you have to pay the unions extra dues. And that ain't cheap. We don't pay, and so they put us on barrel duty.
Why don't you just pay the union off then?
We got our pride, Manny. We're straight stingers, you know? Not to mention we just don't have any cash to spare now that we're not working. I mean, it's like a problem where, the solution makes the problem, worse.
Like a catch-22?
Yeah, wow. I wish I knew words like that.
If the union is crooked, why don't you register a complaint?
That's a good one, Manny. Did you hear that, guys? He thinks we should register a complaint.
You be...
Yeah, we're just a handful of... We don't know nothing about nothing except just how to take it on a chin.
I think it...
You don't know what it's... Every day we come down, we find out that you gotta be a crooked bitch. He knocks the pollen out of you, Manny.
Since you're not using...
Well, we sold them to feed our families.
Then how are you ever gonna work?
I told you things were messed up down...
If the cop...
Yeah, and then who really runs the gambling, right? Well, no offense, but, Mac, but word is, he gets his orders from some hardcore gangsters in El Mero. Yeah, that fancy cat track is really just a big laundromat, if you get my drift.
You guys know a seaman, Naranja?
Nah, CBs and sailors don't mix.
But you're in the same union.
Well, maybe so, but some traditions are sacred there, Manny.
You bees gotta be strong.
Things just aren't the way they should. It's like the worker bees. They do all the work. It's like the way that things are produced should be controlled by... I mean, we should... Forget it. I'm just a dumb, hungry, out-of-work bee. The workers shall control the means of production. The workers shall control the means of production. Yes, that's it. That's what I've been trying to say. Who will stop the fat cats of industry from building these ships with the pollen of the exploited working class? I say we fight back!
What's this? Maybe a bee agitator?
I say lay down your tools right now and show the man just who makes the honey around here!
That does it. You know, I always thought bees came in two colors, yellow and black. But you look all red to me, my friend.
Ah! Hey, what are you doing? We've got the right to assemble peacefully.
Good. You're going to need a lot of assembly after we take you apart, comrade.
Betty! Get me a lawyer! Get me a lawyer!
Logan, that's gonna make it tough to spring the kid and get him back out here. Good thing I know a lawyer who owes me a favor.
It's a beautiful day here at Feline Meadows.
Go, Kitty! Run! Go, go, go!
Look what I found at the photo finish booth. Looks like Naughty Kitten and Bad Tomcat are neck and neck.
What do you want?
I want to tell you a sad story of a young man unjustly imprisoned merely for speaking his mind.
It's time to shake up the hive!
I guess our business is settled.
Almost.
What? Was that for the photo girl?
No, that was just for being you. I don't have time to get you for Lola, but I'm sure somebody will.
You didn't have time to save her either. But don't feel too bad about that, Manny. I hear saving women really isn't your forte.
Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux s'il vous plaît. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets. Mesdames et messieurs, rien ne va plus. Les jeux sont faits. Ladies and gentlemen, betting is closed. No more bets, please. $14 is the winner. Le 14. Numéro 14 est le gagnant.
I think you mean 2. Am I correct?
No, monsieur. 14 is the winner.
I think you've made a mistake.
I'm sorry, sir. 14 is the winning number. Better luck next time, eh?
That does it. That Calavera's getting too big for his britches. I don't like raiding businesses and shutting them down. But someone's got to teach Manuel a lesson in law and order. This way, back here. Open those paddy wagons up and start filling them. And somebody find Calavera. I want to interrogate him personally.
Raided? How long are they gonna close it for? Yeah, you better cut off the big guy's credit then. Yeah. Throw the drunk out on his big orange butt. And bring me Calavera so we can talk about his debt.
Hey, come on! You gotta let me back in! I'm a VIP!
Does that stand for very inebriated pianist?
Manny, I don't want to be a pianist anymore. I'm a mechanic.
I know. That's why I got you a new job. Come on, let's go pick up your tools.
And I can do whatever I want to the engine? Make it faster?
Sure, but you'll be plenty busy just keeping her afloat.
Thanks for the gig, and for not asking too many questions.
Hell, after what happened in Naranja, I can see why you'd leave town. Let's just hope I don't have to go fishing you out of the drink again.
I'll stay under next time. I promise.
Captain Calavera?
Puerto Zapato, sailor. We're here at last. Beautiful port, isn't she?
Yes, sir. There's some customs officials down below, sir. They want to search the ship.
Fine, fine. We've got nothing to hide, eh? No skeletons in our closet.
Yes, sir.
Secure the bow, boys, like a rock this time.
Manuel.
Salvador?
I hope this very urgent message gets to you in time. Our man in Zapato says Miss Colomar never made it to the port. It said she threw herself overboard at the Pearl. I don't know if you believe that. Whatever you do not land in Puerto Zapato. It's a trap. Assassins will attempt to board your ship disguised as customs agents. Beware, and viva la revolucion!